Welcome guys back to another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily. We have got quite a lot of news, so let's get straight into it. First of all, we will be talking about Thomas Partey once again, because apparently, according to this report, suggests that Arsenal have been handed a Thomas Partey transfer blow as a new club are now joining the race for his signature. Now, before I get into this report, I just want to say that I think this may be a good thing, because I'm not going to give my reasoning right now. Let's get straight into the report first. Arsenal have been linked to the move for Atletico Madrid midfielder Thomas Partey in the summer transfer window. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta wants to sign Atletico Madrid midfielder Thomas Partey, but now faces a battle as Inter Milan have entered the race for his signature. The Gunners are looking to strengthen in midfield as they look to close the gap on Liverpool in the Premier League. Arsenal are believed to be the front runners for Partey, but Inter entered the race as a complication Arteta would not have wanted. The Gunners have already completed deals for Willian, close to agreeing a new contract with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and we have nearly signed Gabriel Magalhaes. Arsenal are struggling to raise funds to complete a deal for Partey though, and may have to sell before they can make their move. This could leave the door open for Inter boss Antonio Conte to swoop for the 27-year-old. Gazzetta dello Sport claimed that Italian club thinks that Partey could be a good replacement for Marcelo Brozovic, who was inconsistent last season. The Croatia international could leave the club with a Conte targeting the Atletico star. The La Liga side will not budge on their £45 million release clause, and they're not going to negotiate anything below that. Diego Simeone is a big fan of Partey and wants him to offer a new contract at Atletico, but Partey reportedly wants to leave. And Partey's coach at Ghana said that, honestly, I wouldn't want him to move to Arsenal, because with Atletico, he always plays in the Champions League. His position is not guaranteed and he always play. With Arsenal, I'm not too sure. Arsenal fans will kill me for saying that. I'm sure money issues will come in, but I hope whatever he asks for, Atletico will be able to pay. Now, this report is suggesting that apparently Thomas Partey, Inter Milan wants him. Now, Inter Milan, I think, will probably go after him, and I think that will force our hand, which is why I think that will be a good thing, because if Inter force our hand, that will force us to pay the release clause, and if we pay the release clause, we will get Thomas Partey. So I think Arsenal, has to be a warning sign now. If this interest from Inter Milan is serious, then we have to go quickly and try and get this deal done as soon as possible, because we all know we really want Thomas Partey. We can't be going into the next season with Mohamed El Neni in his position, as much as people want to call him Egyptian Partey, but it's not going to happen. One game will not turn everyone, especially that game against Community Shield. He did really well, Neni, but he's not the future. The future for us has to be Thomas Partey, and we should be trying to go after him. That should be what we're trying to go for, and hopefully we can try and get that deal done as soon as possible with Thomas Partey. And again, it looks like Atletico Madrid aren't going to budge on that release clause, and we did report the other day that apparently a bid had been made of €40 million plus €10 million in add-ons, which did match the 50 million, but it's not 50 million up front, which is what Atletico Madrid actually want for Thomas Partey. So it's a bit of a sticky one, but it'll be very interesting how this progresses and how Inter Milan's interest progresses, whether they actually go and bid for Partey or whether they exercise the release clause. Regardless, hopefully it does force Arsenal's hands, and hopefully Arsenal do wake up and try and realise that, if they don't go quickly on Partey, they could lose him to another club. He's a top class midfielder and is wanted around Europe. Barcelona have shown some interest, Juventus have shown some interest, some clubs in England have also shown some interest. So if we want Thomas Partey, we need to pay that release clause and get him quickly. The season's starting in 2 weeks, and if we don't move quickly, then another club will get him. So that is the news that Inter Milan have reportedly joined the race for Thomas Partey, and that is quite of a blow, but it's not really a blow. I think that will force Arsenal's hand, and hopefully this progresses well for Arsenal in the future. Next bit of news is on a potential replacement, alternative to Thomas Partey, and that is of Amadou Diawara. Now, we have reported that Arsenal have been linked to Amadou Diawara. Now, apparently his link has been confirmed, as apparently his agent has confirmed Arsenal like Roma midfielder amid Lucas Torreira swap deal speculation. Arsenal are one of a number of English clubs that like Amadou Diawara, claims the Roma midfielder's agent. Diawara has been linked with a move to the Emirates, with the Gunners reportedly lining up a £27 million bid for the 23-year-old, with the speculation surrounding Lucas Torreira's future around the club. A potential swap deal between the two clubs and players has been mooted. Addressing the rumours surrounding Guinea international Diawara, his agent Daniela Piranio told Tutu Mercato Web he is concentrated on his career. Diawara is at a top club like Roma, where he is happy and there is enthusiasm around the new owners. However, he is liked by many clubs in England, including Arsenal. Being linked with certain clubs is pleasing for him, as these are prestigious sides. Amadou is concentrated on football and his career. After a promising start under Mikel Arteta in the initial stages of his tenure, Torreira suffered a serious ankle injury in March and then struggled to get back into the team. Rumours of his return to Italy have subsequently intensified, with Fiorentina also linked to him, and his agent urged the North London club to clarify their stance on the Uruguayan's future. He said that there are many requests for information but nothing official yet, so there are nothing written offers on the table. Pablo Bentancur told calciomercato.com earlier this week. The player is training with Arsenal, they own him. He's one of the few cases of athletes who arrive in England and immediately play 50 games in a row. After a nasty injury, he didn't require surgery, but the recovery process was still tricky and they took a while. Another process. Now the coach and Arsenal must work out if they want Torreira or not. Football has to divide it into two parts, into the sporting and economic areas. In sporting terms, Torreira is perfect for Torino and you'd reunite with Mario Gampiola after their time at Sampdoria. At the same time, we might be realistic and admit Arsenal have some big demands as well, while Lucas' salary is a bit high for Torino. What Torreira's agent is saying there is very true. You know, Arsenal do keep their players on very high wages, and I think that will be a bit high for Torino, because if Torreira does want to move that back to Italy, he will have to take a pay cut unless it's a loan deal whereby Arsenal pay half of his wages and another team pays half. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that. Now, Amadou Diawara, I've said this a long time before, I'll say it again, I don't rate the guy. I think if we want to sign a DM, I don't think Diawara is any better than Lucas Torreira. I think they're probably on the same level. And again, it's another player from Italy. You know, these Italian players don't settle well into the Premier League, and I think it'll be very hard for Diawara to adapt to the Premier League, which is why I think we should be going after a world-class talent like Thomas Partey, who actually wants to move to the Premier League and to Arsenal. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys rate Diawara? Would you take him as an alternative to Partey? In my opinion, as I just said, I would rather have Partey than Diawara. You know, just pay the money and get him. Honestly, just pay the money and get Thomas Partey. You know, Diawara, I don't get these alternatives. I know you're supposed to have alternatives, but I think we'll end up going after Thomas Partey and getting that deal done. But what do you guys think? Leave in the comment section down below. So that is the news that apparently Diawara's agent has confirmed interest from Arsenal, and apparently a bid has been made. Arsenal are preparing a bid to try and go after Diawara, but in my opinion, I don't think that will happen, and I think we will end up going after Thomas Partey. Next bit of news is on Rob Holding, and apparently Newcastle are close to signing Arsenal defender Rob Holding on a season-long loan. Arsenal are looking to offload Rob Holding for the year, and Newcastle are closing in on a season-long loan for the injury-prone defender. Newcastle are leading the race to sign Arsenal defender Rob Holding on loan for the season. The 24-year-old had a number of clubs eyeing his services for the year, but the Magpies look to have won. Holding is yet to agree personal terms with the North East outfit, and a deal with the Gunners still needs to be thrashed out. Holding did actually play in the Community Shield, and he actually performed really well, and we're surprised that we are letting him go, but we are bringing in the likes of Gabriel. You know, Saliba's come in, so we will be looking to loan out Rob Holding, and you know, Mikel Arteta is still out with quite a few defenders. You know, Squadron Mustafi is out, Pablo Mari, Callum Chambers all out with injury, and Holding did play in the Community Shield, and injuries have blighted his career at the Emirates, having made the move 4 years ago. Holding has just made 18 Premier League appearances in the last 2 seasons. Newcastle are also interested in a man who once donned Arsenal colours in Aaron Ramsey. The Welshman left North London last summer on a free transfer and joined Italian giants Juventus, but that hasn't had the year he would have envisaged. Italian journalist Nicola Shearer understands the 29-year-old is of interest for Steve Bruce, but Ramsey will not move to Newcastle. But the main news is on Rob Holding. Now, Rob Holding, as I just said, he's a player that I think we do have a lot of defensive options at the moment, when obviously all those players do come back from their injuries, but we'll have a lot of defenders, around 9 centre-backs to be precise, and I think letting go of someone like Rob Holding on a season-long loan, looking on it, it is a good idea. I think we shouldn't sell him. He's still quite a young player, and I think he has quite a bit of potential. You know, last 2 games against Liverpool, especially when we beat them at the Emirates and when we beat them in the Community Shield, he's had very good performances. You know, he's ironed out, he's solidified, nullified Sadio Mane, and he's done really well against him. So I think trying to sell him for 10 million pounds wouldn't be a very good idea, because if he does really well at Newcastle, then he can come back next summer and we could sell him for even more money. So maybe that is the better idea, and we should be looking to sell some of our other older players like Socrates, maybe Mustafi. We'll see what happens with that, because Mustafi is injured, so it'll be hard to see if we can sell him. But for Rob Holding, I think this is a good move for his career, and I think this is a good move for Arsenal as well, as we try and look to sell him. So that is the news that Newcastle are reportedly close to agreeing a deal for Rob Holding to bring him in on a season-long loan. Next bit of news is on Emi Martinez. Now, apparently Aston Villa are preparing a £10 million offer for Arsenal goalkeeper Emi Martinez. The Argentine impressed last season following the injury of first-choice gunner stopper Bernd Leno. Aston Villa are preparing a £10 million offer for Arsenal goalkeeper Emi Martinez. He impressed a lot, ever since Leno got injured, and Leno did sustain a knee injury against Brighton in June and initially feared they could miss as many as 9 months, but Leno is back in action. He did play against MK Dons, and Martinez did play in the Community Shield, even though Bernd Leno's fully fit, and even though Emi Martinez had just come back from his holiday. So it's quite surprising to see Emi Martinez in goal. But in my opinion, he actually played really, really well. And apparently, the Gunners may be willing to let Martinez leave. This is something reported the other day, and I was quite surprised by that. I thought Arsenal would try and keep hold of him, especially when Mikel Arteta was saying he wants both the goalkeepers to battle it out. And Villa, who narrowly avoided relegation from the Premier League on the final day of the season, are ready to take advantage of the idea that maybe Arsenal could be willing to let Martinez go. They're preparing a £10 million bid for the goalkeeper, although to store that Arsenal could want as much as double for the Argentine services. Tom Heaton was Dean Smith's first choice goalkeeper last term, but the 34-year-old is still recovering from a knee injury he picked up in June. And Pepe Reina has also left, and Organ Nyland is someone who's doing okay. And as I said, Pepe Reina has now left the club to join Lazio, I believe it is. So Martinez, I think we should try and keep hold of him. We should make sure that both goalkeepers do, fight it out, because I think they're both world-class goalkeepers. In my opinion, we should do anything to keep them. But if any clubs wants them, they have to pay up probably 20 to 30 million pounds, is it said, for Emi Martinez. But we'll have to see how that progresses, as we already talked about him yesterday. So if you want more on Emi Martinez's developments, you can check out yesterday's video, and we'll keep updating you guys on the situation as it progresses. So that is the news. Apparently Aston Villa are preparing a deal to sign Emi Martinez. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do like, subscribe. Hopefully we can release the Gabriel and Aubameyang announcement videos soon, and they're just ready to go. Seem to upload them, but they're not announced yet, so we'll have to be waiting on that. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.